The people who really need to see theater don't go to theater.
Theater is the deepest exploration of the human condition.
I teach at OnStage Playhouse. I run the OnStage Playhouse internship program, which is in its 10th year. How did I get into theater? My very first show was in preschool. Junior high was when I fell in love with it, and high school was when I knew it was going to be what I did for the rest of my life. Two high school drama teachers, Bill Doyle was my teacher my freshman year of high school, and then Laura Preble came in my sophomore year. And Laura really taught me about theater for social change. She taught us at a very young age that theater could do more than just entertain. She was also very present with us. She got to know us as people. She didn't just look at us as students, she respected us as artists. Yeah, she influenced not only my love for theater, but she's also the reason why I'm a teacher.
I was an intern here at 2013, 2014, and it was a wonderful experience. It was truly life-changing. I've always had theater in the background of my mind, and it didn't really click that it could be a career until I saw In the Heights my freshman year. That really blew my mind because it was kind of like, oh, people do this as a living. But yeah, that was really the defining moment between where I said, theater is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And that's where it started. And so I was privileged in that manner to be able to be influenced by the arts in that way. And I started in theater in 4th grade. And I've just been, like I said, it's always been in the background. And I never thought it would be a career choice, but now it is. And now I'm pursuing that.
I've always been in the arts since I was a child, ballet, piano, gymnastics, everything. But I didn't think theater was a possibility for me. I'm incredibly, deathly shy. So the fact that, I was gonna be on stage, I didn't comprehend that it's a different world. It's not like, talking to someone, you're a different person. What happened was I was in college and I accidentally went into a theater class, which I thought was a speech class. I stayed in it for a week. I loved it. I auditioned that weekend and got the lead in a play, and I was like, okay, I know what I want to do forever now. So it was just a fluke, like it was meant for me to find it. The reason I'm still alive is because of theater. It's been, the one thing that makes me happy, that I can go to, that I don't have to be afraid of everything. And it's where I've met a lot of people that I love.
I met Kim through the OnStage Playhouse internship. I feel like I was lucky that they were put in my path. It happened, I would say, by accident. I discovered theater late in my high school experience. I had no background in it prior. That was one of the first exposures that I had in theater, and I feel that it made me realize that I had a voice and that I could contribute and give back. And that stuck with me ever since. I learned more of myself through this process and what I can handle, what I feel passionate about. I've been very guarded at times, and it helped me break down my walls. When I started, my family was not very supportive. When I told my father that I wanted to be an actor, he laughed. And now to see him watch where I've gone and see how he sees that I can make something of this, and how he now is behind me is something that I feel very proud of.
Theater was my safe space. It saved my life. Getting to play someone else, getting to live out other people's stories, it gave me a place to go. And that's when I fell in love with it.
And there's just something about storytelling. If you look at our history, everything before the written word was passed down by stories. And that's essentially what we're doing when we're telling a play, is you're doing a story on stage, and people are watching it no different than it happened years ago.
I think that theater does both things beautifully, where you are both digging in and you're also kind of understanding that your inner story is not very different from someone else's inner story.
I mean, it's good for the arts, but it's also just good for everything. Just kind of being out of your own comfort zone and finding a comfort zone in being uncomfortable is really important.
Theater is not just a form of entertainment, it's an experience.
There's a lot of love put into theater, and it's community driven. It's for a community. It opens up a conversation for a particular community, whether you like it or not.
In an age where people are becoming more and more separate, the theater is something that happens live on stage, and it's with a community of people in the audience. You get to see worlds that you never would know otherwise. And you also see them in a very personal way, because it's people.
Theater has the ability to be not only cathartic for people, but also to raise issues of whatever's going on in society today.
But it would definitely inspire and evoke change in people's hearts and their minds, and open them up to certain issues that maybe they were afraid to talk about or identify in the first place.
Really could put this beautiful thing that's theater that I learned how to do in the musical theater and lay that over something that is necessary and important, and wrap it up in this beautiful package called theater, and people would be like,